Welcome back again. It's now time to take a look at the rosters for both these ball clubs. We always like to take a look at the full roster because, you never tell when all the players will touch the field. We want to know who these kids are. And for the Manchester Greyhounds, as we continue between the baselines here, brought to you by Ron Lynch, financial advisor, Edward Jones Investments. Let's take a look again at the Manchester Greyhounds. Number 2, Traven Hildebrand. He's a senior. Freshman, Bentley Colvin wears number 3. Clayton Colvin wears number 4. He's a junior. Number 5, Landon Doyle, a senior. Number 6, Jasper Walker, a freshman. Senior, Parker Hayslip wears number 9. Kenton Butt, the sophomore, wears number 12. Number 14, Lucas Rigdon, the freshman. Sophomore, James Hackathorn, wears 16. 21, Braylon Rickett is a senior. Bryce Young, a sophomore, wears 23. 25, Luke Applegate, he's a senior. Carson Inman, a junior, wears 44. And number 54, Cason Shelton, a freshman. And that's the Manchester Greyhounds. The Manchester Greyhounds under second-year head coach Trey Mead. Take another quick break. We'll be right back. We'll give you that Whiteoak lineup. But first this, here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Welcome back to Between the Baselines with Ron Lynch, a financial advisor with Edward Jones Investments in Maysville. We're going to have a look at the Whiteoak Wildcats roster. That'll be starting with number 1, Christian Height. He is a junior. A freshman wears number 3, that is Pollard. A junior, he wears number 4, Mr. Abraham Flater. Carson Airy, he wears 16 and is a freshman. Isaiah Clift, he wears the number 17 and is a junior. Another junior is number 18, Mr. Jacob Kiley. Gabe Michael, he is a freshman wearing the number 19. Number 20 is Jude Michael. He is also a freshman. A sophomore is number 22, Shane Gray. Caden Butler wears the number 26, and he's a junior. Another junior is number 27, Jonah Michael. Hayden Stratton, he wears the number 31 and is a sophomore. And Kellen Lamone rounds out the roster. He is a sophomore and wears number 32.
When we return after this, we'll take a look at the starting lineup for both these ball clubs. But first this, here on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Summer's almost here and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 Whiteoak Road in Sardinia or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch, financial advisor, Edward Jones Investments. And now time for those Magulac Tire Service rosters and their lineups. Magulac Tire Service just west of Hillsboro on US 50. Let's take a look at the visitors on the scoreboard. It's the Manchester Greyhounds, as I said earlier, under second-year coach Trey Mead. Leading things off, Traven Hildebrand. He plays second base. Wearing number 25, senior pitcher Luke Applegate, bats second. Batting third, Clayton Colvin, the center fielder. Batting cleanup, Parker Hayslip, the shortstop. The first baseman, Carson Inman, will bat fifth. Braylon Rickett, the right fielder, will bat sixth. Batting seventh, Kenton Butt, the third baseman. James Hackworth, the designated hitter, will bat eighth. Lucas Rigdon will play left field. Landon Doyle will catch and bat ninth. Once again, it's Hildebrand, Applegate, Colvin, Hayslip, Inman, Rickett, Butt, Hackathorn, and Doyle, with Rigdon playing left field. And now let's take a look at that Whiteoak Wildcat starting lineup as the coaches are out there exchanging lineups. The umpires are here. We're just about ready to have our first pitch, but let's take a look at Whiteoak. Chris Veit, 33 years he's a coach. The field is named after him and well-deserved. What a career he has had. He's still going to be around. Don't misunderstand. I'm not retiring him here. But anyway, leading things off, Abe Flater, a junior, plays second base and bats first. Isaiah Clift plays second base and bats second. Batting third, Lucas Pollard, a freshman, and he plays shortstop. Jonah Michael, the junior, plays third base and bats fourth. Batting fifth, Christian Height, the catcher. Carson Airy, the right fielder, bats sixth. Batting seventh, Jacob Kiley, the designated hitter. Playing left field will be Gabe Michael. Jude Michael will play first base and bat eighth. And batting ninth, Caden Butler, the second baseman. Once again for Whiteoak, it'll be Flater, Clift, Pollard, Michael, Height, Airy, Kiley, Jude Michael, and Butler. And by the way, yes, there are three Michaels on this team. Jonah Michael at third base, and this will keep us up on our toes. Gabe Michael will play left field, and Jude Michael base. I think I'll just name Michael for wherever the play goes. Pitching tonight will be Luke Applegate. It'll be his trip on the mound this season for Manchester. And then pitching for Whiteoak, it'll be Isaiah Clift. Isaiah Clift, the linchpin of this roster for their pitching crew. He's pitched 12 innings. His record is 1-1. He's struck out 19. He has had one shutout. And his ERA and is 0.000. A real nice pitcher. We're going to get to see two very good pitchers. Luke Applegate, the ace for the Manchester squad. So we're going to see both aces here tonight. It should be good baseball. We'll take a quick break. That concludes the Magulac Tire Service lineups. And we'll be back right after this on Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch, financial advisor, Edward Jones Investments in Maysville, on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C103.
At Southern Hills Community Bank, we take great pride in building strong relationships with our customers. We're dedicated to providing the best products and services to fit your needs, like checking and savings, home and auto loans, plus ATM and debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking with mobile deposit. Visit SouthernHillsCommunityBank.com or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations. We want to be your bank. Southern Hills Community Bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Customer service with a difference.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Magulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Magulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Magulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Magulac commitment every single day. Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAP must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by TANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS. Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance. In Georgetown at 937-378-4124. In Owensville at 513-732-2600. In West Union at 937-544-5505. Or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
I didn't see it. Did he bounce it?
No one college can be all things to all people, but Maysville Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt affordable. Flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at maysville.kctcs.edu.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
As we conclude between the baselines, ladies and gentlemen, tonight it's Military Appreciation Night. Steve Cox threw out the first baseball. He's an Air Force veteran, graduated from Whiteoak 1969, 30 years, been on the school board here. And his quote was, proud to represent the best school system in the state of Ohio. And it's great to show his pride here again as Military Appreciation Night. We're about to have first pitch. Let's take a look first at the lineup out there, the defensive lineup for Whiteoak. Pitching, Isaiah Clift. Behind the plate, Christian Hyde. At first base, Jude Michael. Second baseman's Abraham Flater. Jonah Michaels, the third baseman. Lucas Pollard is at shortstop. In the outfield, in left field, Gabe Michaels. Center field, Caden Butler. In right field, Carson Airy. Our two umpires tonight, Mr. Matt Carson as well as Dan Croy, a longtime Matt, one of the most respected umpires, not only in the league, in the state. He's umpired at many of the playoff games all the way up to the state level. Matt does a nice job, and Dan as well. So we're in for a good ball game and a well-officiated game as well. As they're about to fire in 2 more pitches, we'll have our first batter. Once again, let me tell you who that Manchester lineup is. They'll lead things off. Traven Hildebrand, the second baseman, will bat first. Second will be Luke Applegate. Clayton Colvin will be at third, and if we get that far, Parker Hayslip will play shortstop. I do have stats on both these ball clubs, but remember, we're very, very early season, and what an unusual season for Whiteoak. They come in here 1-6, and I can't tell you the last time that a Chris Veit team would have started out with 6 losses. This is an interesting ball club that has 4 freshmen starting in their starting lineup, and Traven Hildebrand will stand in, a veteran senior for Manchester. This is a young gentleman that has a high on-base percentage, always does, and he'll work the count deep. He's batted 7 times. He's had 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 double, 2 stolen bases, a .556 on-base percentage. That's a nice number for your leadoff batter, and the first pitch is in. It's a fastball on the outside called strike 1. No balls and a strike as Hildebrand stands back in, and he jumps all over the first pitch. It's a little pop fly right field. The right fielder area is in. He'll make the play. That's 1 down. That'll bring Luke Applegate, the pitcher, to the plate.
Now batting number 25.
Luke, another one of these seniors, this Manchester Ball Club. This is the year that they've all been waiting for. Several seniors on this club with a lot of experience. Applegate representing one of them. A lot of them that this is their sport of choice. You know, in these small schools, as the first pitch is in, outside edge, strike 1. Most of these small kids play multiple sports, but without fail, most of them pick a sport to, I guess, focus on, or a sport that they pay more attention to. Well, that happens to you in Manchester. Most of these kids on this baseball team, this has been their game of choice. As the count goes 1 ball, 1 strike, he swings through and misses on a fastball again outside, and the count goes 1-2. On deck, Clayton Colvin, the center fielder. Applegate pulls that left foot back toward third base, opens his stance, and he fouls it back, and the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. This and every game this season is brought to you by People's Monument Company. Sharing the life of a loved one isn't just important today, it's important forever. Keep that in mind when you want to do that memorial and a positive remembrance for your family member. 2 balls, 2 strikes as the ball gets past the catcher. No harm, no foul, as nobody on base yet. If you're just joining us, I'm Don Bowles, along with Kyle Berry. We are at Whiteoak High School. The pitch is in, pitch is high. The count goes full at 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield, an interesting setup as the center fielder is shading toward the left field. The right fielder shading over a little bit too as he walks him. Manchester with the first base runner with a walk given up by Clift. That'll bring Clayton Colvin, the center fielder, to the plate. Colvin has batted 5 times. He's got 2 runs with a .200 batting average. Steps in. Clift, by the way, a left-handed pitcher, looks at the runner, and now the pitch is high. It gets past the catcher, and Applegate will advance to second on a passed ball. Or I should say on a wild pitch, actually. Now with a runner on second base in scoring position, the count 1 ball and no strikes on Colvin. Clift looks at the runner, and the pitch again is high for ball 2. The runner will hold. 2 balls and no strikes. On deck now, Parker Hayslip, the shortstop. Let me talk about that now as the center fielder moves back over to center. Pretty traditional. The right fielder shading a little bit toward right field with the left-handed batter up there. The pitch now catches the bottom of the strike zone, strike 1. 2 balls and strike. Isaiah Clift is nothing if he's not about control. It's very unusual for him to give up a walk. As this looks again at the runner and the pitch again, and it's high again to run the count at 3-1. Colvin with a 500 on base percentage. This Manchester Ball Club, potent base runners. As the pitch again, and that's called strike 2, and the count goes full for the second time here in this inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes. They lost Applegate on a full count. Let's see if he can reach back and strike out Colvin. As the pitch, high and inning, the second walk of the inning given up here by Clift. And that'll put runners at first and second for Parker Hayslip, the shortstop, to come to the plate. Parker, a senior. Right-handed batter settles deep into the batter's box. And the pitch, fastball, strike 1. No balls and a strike. He's batted 5 times, 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 doubles, 2 stolen bases, a .714 on base percentage. Runners on first and second. Cliff steps off the mound. Keep that batter honest and gather his thoughts a bit. Looks at his catcher, looks at the runner again, and again the pitch. Good looking pitch. And I guess they called him for a balk. Yes, they did. That'll move the runners over. I did not see that, but I'm telling you what, I'm the last person that ought to call a balk. I've never understood balks in my entire life. What I think's a balk isn't, and the next time they call one and I don't see it. So runners move over to second and third. Swing and a miss. Good looking fastball. That'll run the count to no balls and 2 strikes. And forgive me for tonight, I don't have my cheater with me, and that would be the scoreboard in the outfield. With the renovation of the field here, they've not reconnected. As the ball gets away from the catcher, the runners will hold. The counts go 1 and 2. But usually, I admit it, folks, I will keep up with the count, but I'll cheat and look at the scoreboard, and oh, there we go. That works, doesn't it? And TJ Clift up here is going to give me a cheater that I can help with. The pitch is outside, and we go, okay, as I think we've got it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Isaiah almost looks like he's a little too tentative. It's like he's trying to pitch around these hitters. Swing and a miss, and he records his first strikeout of the ball game, second out of the inning. That'll bring Carson Inman, the first baseman, to the plate. Carson, a left-handed batter as well.
Now batting number 44.
Runners remain at second and third. Applegate and Colvin. Applegate at third, Colvin at second. Inman steps in and jumps on the first pitch. It's a bounder to the first baseman. He'll make the play, step on the bag, and Isaiah Clift works himself out of a jam as we move to the bottom of the first. No score in our ball game. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Snappy Tomato Pizza. The only thing better than pepperoni is more pepperoni, and Snappy's pepping up their game. Your favorite round pepperoni pizza just got an upgrade with even more of the bold, zesty flavor you crave on every single slice. For a limited time, grab a large, pepped-up pepperoni pizza for just $9.99. Hurry in or order online today and have a pep rally with pepped-up pepperoni. Snappy Delivery.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and have since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in you hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack baseball,
Wells is going to try. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
to Shack volleyball,
Hatton for the kill, it's good.
local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
State Bank for making this broadcast possible. Learn more about First State Bank at your local branch in Southern Ohio or Northern Kentucky or online at fsb4me.com. And also remind you that this coverage is presented by Maysville Community and Technical College. College for your world. Learn more and apply online at maysville.kctcs.edu. First pitch is in. It's a ball outside. On the mound, Luke Applegate for the Manchester Greyhounds. Behind the plate, Landon Doyle. At first base, Carson Inman. Applegate the wind and the pitch. The batter shows bunt, and the pitch is in for ball 2. Second base, Traven Hildebrand. Third base, Kenton Butt. Shortstop is Parker Hayslip. In the outfield, Lucas Rigdon in left, Clayton Colvin in center, and Braylon Rickett in right. Pitch is in, fastball, strike 1. That was some heat now. 2 balls and strike, the count. At the plate, Abe Flater. Abe Flater leads the team in almost all the categories. Right-handed batter settles called strike 2. Looked like a little off-speed pitch there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes to play with a .526 on-base percentage and a .357 batting average. Baseball is an interesting game for high school because when we start, there's hardly any crowd at all. Think about the time we start these games at 5 o'clock, but people keep coming in. And what a nice place to watch baseball. Count goes full at 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way. And called strike 3. Applegate records his first out, his first strikeout of the ball game. That'll bring his counterpart, the pitcher Isaiah Clift, to the plate. Isaiah, still only a junior. Seems like he's been pitching forever. What a lot of experience he has. He's a left-handed batter. As he protects the plate, I just started saying protects the plate, and well, it's close enough. He took one on the thigh. And Whiteoak will get their first base runner. Protecting the plate, and Applegate took it inside, tried to get him off the plate, I guess. And that'll be our first hit by a pitch. That brings right-handed batting freshman Lucas Pollard to the plate. Lucas is shortstop. Right-handed batter settles that foot as they throw over to first. And the ball gets past the first baseman, Inman. Clift will move over to second, takes a look about going to third, but they'll chase the ball down, and Clift will hold at second. Pollard, again a freshman, puts that right foot almost in the inside corner of the batter's box, pulls that left foot back toward third to open up his stance, pitches high and inside for a ball. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Only carrying a .150 batting average, but a .320 on base percentage. What do you do when you're having trouble and struggling at the plate? Well, you better start manufacturing some runs with some walks, and that pitch catches the high end of the strike zone to even the count at 1-1. As I said earlier, if you're just joining us, 4 freshmen on this Whiteoak Ball Club starting. But you talk about a program that has a storied past, has made it all the way to the Final Four one time, often has made it to region, has made it district championships. They've done it all in 33 years for Chris Might. And the pitch misses inside, ball 2. 2-1. We haven't mentioned it yet tonight. The only turf infield is it's a hard hit foul ball off the fence. Evens count at 2-2. On deck, Jonah Michael. There are 3 Michaels on this team, and I'm not talking about first name. Those are last name Michael. Jonah, a junior. The other 2 are freshmen, and all 3 of them starting here tonight for Whiteoak. Applegate looks at the runner at second, and it's a hard hit ball to the shortstop. Hayslip plays it, throws to first. They'll get the out as the runner will hold at second. That'll be the second out on a ground ball to the shortstop.
Batting number 27, Jonah Michael.
That'll bring Jonah Michael, the junior third baseman, to the plate. Jonah, an .095 batting average, a left-handed batter. Again, protects the plate, pulls all the way in on the inside of that box. Pretty upright stance, just a slight bend of the knees, and that pitch catches the outside edge. Good looking pitch on the bottom end of the strike zone for Luke Applegate. Applegate works pretty quickly, looks at the runner again, turns and looks again, and he'll step off the rubber. Clift goes back to second base. Once again, runner on second base, 2 down, no score in our ball game, and the pitch misses outside for a ball. Evens the count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Southern Hills Community Bank, with locations throughout the Shack, wants to wish our student athletes the best of luck. Southern Hills Community Bank, proud sponsors of this coverage. As it's foul back here against the screen, we want to thank our studio producer, Mr. Brandon Rigdon, and of course our producer director of our Good Guys Radio TV broadcast, Mr. Matt Hildebrand. If you haven't checked us out on Good Guys, you need to do that. Boy, on a beautiful day like this, it's fun doing TV. Swing and a miss. A little underwater swing. We'll record the third out of the inning. We move to the top of the second. No score in our ball game. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Another one of those seniors stands into the plate as he takes strike 1, swings through strike 2, and Braylon Rick behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes here to Isaiah Clift, and calls strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out. That's the second strikeout of the ball game issued by Isaiah Clift. That'll bring
Now batting number
Kenton
12,
Butt to the plate. And, you know, it's interesting. When they gave me the lineup, they said his number was 11. I had him as 12. And guess what, Kyle? He goes out there, he's wearing 12. It's a good thing I remembered that, isn't it? And I was talking so much I missed the first count. No balls and a strike, I believe it is. Second pitch, and he jumps all over that and drive up the middle for a base hit. Center fielder Butler will play it. He was playing shallow, but Butt will be safe at first base with the first hit of her ball game.
Number 16, Hagathorn.
So with that single to center field, that'll put a runner on first base for the designated hitter, James Hagathorn, to come to the plate. James only a sophomore. Settles back deep into the box, not protecting the plate as much as maybe some of the other players. And it gets past the catcher, but the runner will hold. Interesting, because the runner probably had an opportunity to advance there. And instead, lucky break for Whiteoak as he held. Once again, Isaiah Clift on the mound, Christian Height behind the plate. Height had a little trouble tracking the baseball down. Not a lot of room behind the plate here. So that pitch is a ball. Not a lot of room behind the plate here at Whiteoak, but that one kind of got stuck up in the net. If you've not attended a high school baseball game recently, not too many of them using metal screens anymore. It's called strike one. All I'm using these soft, more forgiving nets. But the ball has a tendency to get lost in them. They don't bounce back. The old metal screens. Gosh, no telling where that thing was going. And a swing and a miss. Evens count at 2-2. Now here at Whiteoak, there is, again, not an unusual thing for baseball fields. There's a concrete low wall around behind the plate. Now when it hits that, it'll take off hard almost any place. A swing and a miss as Clift records his second strikeout of the inning, third of the ball game. That'll be 2 down now for the number 9 batter, Landon Doyle, the catcher, to come to the plate. Landon sporting a .600 batting average, the senior, and he fouls it back for strike one. No balls and a strike. As I started to say earlier, the only turf field in the shack, one of the only turf fields in a high school in Southern Ohio. What a gorgeous facility it is here. And it's a hard hit ball to the second baseman. He'll play it to the shortstop. He'll play it to second. 4 up, 3 down. They strand one. We move to the bottom of the second. Whiteoak will bat. No score in our ball game. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
Summer's almost here, and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 Whiteoak Road in Sardinia, or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
At Southern Hills Community Bank, we take great pride in building strong relationships with our customers. We're dedicated to providing the best products and services to fit your needs, like checking and savings, home and auto loans, plus ATM and debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking with mobile deposit. Visit SouthernHillsCommunityBank.com or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations. We want to be your bank. Southern Hills Community Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Customer service with a difference.
Radio. Don't forget, stay tuned after the game as we name our Snappies Player of the Game. Brought to you by Snappies in Seaman, West Union, and their new location in Maysville. We're at the bottom of the second. No score in our ball game. Whiteoak will send Height, Carson Erie, and Jacob Kiley to the plate. Both starting pitchers still on the mound. Luke Applegate out there. First pitch is in. High ball 1. Again, it'll be Luke Applegate on the mound. Landon Doyle catching. Carson Inman at first. Traven Hildebrand is at second. Kenton Butt at third. Parker Hayslip, the shortstop. That pitch a fastball, strike one. Left field, Lucas Rigdon. Center field, Clayton Colvin. And in right field, Braylon Rickett. Christian Height, the catcher. And he takes ball two. 2 balls and a strike. Height a 125 batter, but with a 348 on base percentage. Right-handed batter stands in. Applegate, the wind and the pitch. Fouls back and even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This game is being brought to you by ABCAP, Ohio Means Jobs, working to help Adams and Brown County families to be more self-sufficient. Learn more at omjadamsbrown.org. That pitch misses down to run the count full at 3-2. 300 down both baselines, left and right. And the pitch is high. And I guess, yes, I was going to say, I thought that was a 4th one. And the leadoff batter reaches here with a walk. First walk of the game given up by Applegate. That'll bring left-handed batting Carson Airy, one of those freshmen, to the plate. He's the right fielder. 200 batting average, but once again a 455 on base percentage. As I started to say, 300 feet down both lines, 330 in left field and right field, and 400 straight away. His first pitch is called strike one. No balls and 1 strike. On deck, Jacob Kiley, the junior designated hitter for the Whiteoak Wildcats. Applegate again takes his time and looks. And the wind and the pitch, it's called strike one, and the runner goes, and credit Height with a stolen base. That'll put him in scoring position. And that pitch is in for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Airy, but now a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Left-handed batter. As I said, a 455 on base percentage. Again, protects the plate. All these Whiteoak players really guard the plate. As a foul back and the count remains, no balls, 2 strikes. On deck now, the DH Jacob Kiley. Shout out to our season sponsor, Willie & Son Trucking. Get your motor running and roll on with Willie & Son Trucking. Batter stands back in. Applegate looks at the runner. And again the pitch, and that one called strike 3. 3 pitches, he records the out.
Now batting number 18. Kyle.
That's the 3rd strikeout of the ball game recorded by Applegate. That'll bring Jacob Kiley, as I said, the DH to the plate. No seniors on this ball club. It's all juniors and freshmen. What an interesting lineup. Kiley stands in. Kiley, again, with only a 118 batting average, but a 250 on base percentage. He's batted 17 times, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 double, 1 RBI. Opportunity knocks here with that runner out there on second base with only 1 down. Baseball's such a fun game because it's all about one-upsmanship. The pitcher trying to mess with the runner and the batter and the runner trying to mess with the pitcher. And when I say it's all a mental thing. As the pitch is called strike 1, and on the pitch the runner goes. And now the go-ahead run only 90 feet away. Kiley at the plate with strike 1. And again, you've got the runner trying to get the attention of the pitcher, loses concentration, so it gives up or throws a pitch he doesn't want to the batter. And that pitch is down, called strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. On deck now, the freshman, Jude Michael. Kiley, right-handed batter, pretty upright stance of his own. And he fouls that one back as he fights it off, and the count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Thanks to Bertram Pharmacies for sponsoring this broadcast. Stop by any of their 3 locations: Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, and Sardinia Pharmacy as well. We certainly appreciate their support of high school sports. Swing and a miss, and that's a 2nd out. 2nd strikeout of the inning. And now with 2 down, and a runner on third base. That brings Jude Michael, the freshman first baseman, to the plate. Jude, a 154 batting average, a 154 on base percentage. Settled way deep in the box. That right foot clear back on the line. And that pitch is bottom end of the strike zone, strike one. Both of these pitchers, Clift and Applegate, are all about control. And it's fun to watch them pitch. And that pitch misses out for a ball. Trying to see if he could get Michael to chase one there. 1-1 the count now. Caden Butler, another junior, on deck. Jude Michael, the number 8 batter. That pitch misses, and the count goes 2-1. Now that runner at third already reached with a walk, and with 2 stolen bases. And now Michael stands back in. The pitch again, and he misses inside, and it gets past the catcher, but Doyle does a nice job keeping it in front of him. 3-1 the count now. 3 balls and 1 strike. Michael steps back into the box. Applegate again looks at the runner and the pitch again, and he walks him. Now we'll have, that's a second walk of the inning, second walk of the ball game for that matter. That'll put runners on the corners for Caden Butler, the junior second baseman. Now Caden has batted 18 times with 1 run, 2 hits, 1 RBI, 3 stolen bases, a 273 on base percentage, but only a 111 batting average. This is a chance to up that number. These numbers, by the way, are a little misleading. Early in the season, a lot of these kids, they just finished playing basketball, doing other things. As they throw down to second base, and they probably didn't want to do that, they're going to have to come home with a throw, and the catcher drops the baseball, and Whiteoak manufactures a run. As the runner on first base drew the throw from the catcher, the ball got loose. They throw it back to home plate, and on the throw, scoring from third base is Christian Height, and Whiteoak takes a 1-0 lead. And that's how you play baseball when you're struggling at the plate. Yes, there you go. Get them over, get them in. Applegate now looks at the runner on second base, and it's a ground ball to the third baseman. The play will be at first. He throws it to first. Inman will make the out, but not before Whiteoak scores 1. They take a 1-0 lead. We're back after this on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT 103.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Maggulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Maggulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Maggulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Maggulac commitment every single day. Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAP must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by TANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS.
It'll be the number 1, 2, and 3 batters for the Manchester Greyhounds. First pitch is in, called strike one. Hildebrandt fouls the second one off to make it strike two. Now behind in the count. Isaiah Clift on the mound for Whiteoak, now out there with a one-run cushion. I don't know how much of a cushion that is. Has a swing and a miss, and on 3 pitches, Hildebrandt goes down for the first out of the inning. In high school baseball, 1 run is not a very big lead. Lots of things can happen, as Whiteoak did a really nice job manufacturing a run. Luke Applegate, the pitcher, comes to plate. Luke 0 for 1. He walked and was stranded in the first inning. As he stands in, Clift the pitch, and it's high and out for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Begin your pathway to completion today with Southern State Community College at sscc.edu. Thanks to Southern State for sponsoring our baseball coverage. Pitch was in for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes now. On deck, Clayton Colvin, followed by Parker Hayslip, if we get that far, for the Manchester Greyhounds. Applegate, a right-handed batter, facing left-handed pitching Clift. And now Clift. And again, I said earlier, almost like Isaiah pitching around Applegate a little bit. Applegate, a .286 batter, but he's got power and probably the most experienced batter in this lineup, and that's called strike one. A nice little pitch just on the outer half of the plate, down just about knee-high. 3 balls and a strike. As again the pitch, and it's a foul ball down the first baseline, out of play, and that'll take the count full at 3-2. This is only the second time in the ball game that Clift has gone to a full count. Isaiah Jr. has been a starting pitcher, and he walks him. That'll be the 3rd walk of the ball game given up to Clift. Actually, the 2nd one given up to Applegate. Clift has been a starting pitcher all the way back to when he was a freshman, and has quite a career going here for Whiteoak. Standing in, Clayton Colvin will come to the plate. He's the center fielder. He also walked in that first inning. As Manchester, as the ball gets past the catcher, the runner will advance. Applegate will now be at second on a wild pitch. And that'll be ball 1 of Colvin. Colvin, a .200 batter, left-handed. Stands in, kind of tentative with that swing. It's an interesting look, as it's a little pop fly in the infield. The pitcher will wave the catcher off. Nice play there by Clift for the second out of the inning. And that was actually a good play there, because the sun is coming into our face. We're behind home plate. The pitcher had a much better look at that than the catcher. Traditionally, that probably would have been a catcher's play, but that's a good call, especially with the sun there. Infield, I heard him talk the other night on a Reds game. How often do you see a pitcher make an infield play? And not often, because they usually like to. But high school is so different, because Isaiah Clift, a kid out there that when he's not pitching, he's going to play infield. So he's got great hands, great infield ability. As the pitch now, swing and a miss for a strike. On deck now, the first baseman, Carson Inman, for the Manchester Greyhounds. Before the game, it's Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch, financial advisor at Edward Jones Investments. Listen in early and let Ron help you plan your future. From the top of the 3rd inning, 1-0 the score. Whiteoak with the lead. Parker Hayslip batting. The count 2 balls and 1 strike. Clift turned around and looked. I don't think he was ever going to throw that. It's interesting because you're used to seeing a right-handed pitcher out there on that mound make that turn when it's left-handed. as Clift with the pitch again. He misses way outside with that one, and the count will go 3-1. Again, Hayslip, a 600 batting average, so you can bet Clift is very respectful as batter. Interestingly enough, a lot of these kids have played on ASA and whatever summer baseball teams together, so they all know each other, sometimes more than they'd like. Yes, as Isaiah's dad, TJ, up here with us in the booth, just reminded me, yes, as these two players played together for, what, 3 years, you say? Yeah, 2 or 3 years. So they all know each other. They know what they like. They know what they don't like. Swing and a miss. And again, Manchester leaves a runner on base. As we move now to the bottom of the third, Whiteoak bats leading 1-0. We're back after this on Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components and C.
Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance in Georgetown at 937-378-4124, in Owensville at 513-732-2600, in West Union at 937-544-5505, or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Maysville Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at maysville.kctcs.edu.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Flater was bailing a little bit on that one. Not a little bit, a lot. He took a bit of a tumble. No balls and a strike. Applegate bringing the heat at best, probably throwing his pitch. And again, those Whiteoak players guarding that plate, and he earns a hit by a pitch. That'll put your leadoff batter on first base.
Now batting, number 17, Cliff.
Applegate probably pitching in the low 90s. Upper 80s at least. I don't have a speed gun, and boy, am I not an expert. But left-handed batting, Isaiah Clift comes in as they throw over to first base. The runner is back. Clift hit by a pitch in that first inning, moved over to second base on a throwing error, but was stranded. Whiteoak got their one run in the second inning on a couple of walks, a couple of stolen bases, and an error. As again, Clift stands in, right-handed batter, and the pitch. It's high, it's a high fastball for a strike. The throw down to second base gets away from the second shortstop, I should say. And credit Flater with a stolen base. And once again, Whiteoak with a runner in scoring position. As the count goes, no balls and one strike. Want to mention, as it's a foul ball outside the third baseline, strike two. Bob McLean and his beautiful wife Cheryl I hope you're listening at home, Bob and Cheryl. We certainly miss you up here in the press box. And I did not see them down below. TJ, are they down there? I didn't think they were. I looked earlier. Struggling a little bit with some health issues. We expect you, and I'm not talking about we hope. We expect you to get better and come back when they get this scoreboard put together so you can be up here with us and operate it, Bob. So, once again, we miss you both, Bob and Cheryl. They throw down to third base. The runner is down, and the runner is safe, I believe. Yes, he is. Credit Flater with his second stolen base.
Now batting, number 3, Pollard.
Great position I'm sitting here, TJ. I have a pole right in line with third base. I mean, I am talking about I look up and there's a pole. It's the support for the screen. I guess I could move one side or the other, couldn't I? That takes too much effort, I guess. Pitch high and in now. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Pollard. And the pitch down. Ball 2. Or, yes, ball 2. And now the pitch, high inside edge, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. On deck, Jonah Michael, the third baseman, with a little insurance run 90 feet away at third base. Hope you're enjoying our ball game on C103. And, of course, if you get the opportunity, check it out on Good Guys Radio TV. Just go to our little bunt down in front of the home plate. They throw it to first to home plate. And, again, Whiteoak manufactures a second run as they flip it. Applegate flips it to the catcher. He's unable to cover it. And the runner is at safe at first as another run scores. That was a little bunt in front of the plate by Pollard. Well executed. Applegate came in and played it, flipped it to the catcher, but it was flipped high. The runner from third scored, and of course on the play, Pollard reaches on a fielder's choice. And they picked him off for the second out of the inning. Second out of the inning. He reached on a fielder's choice as count goes on Jonah Michael, 1 ball and no strikes. 2 down now, nobody on, but a second run already in here in the third inning. Michael again, a left-handed batter, swing and a miss. He chased one down at his feet inside. Make it 2 balls and no strikes. Christian Height on deck now. Your local auto repair expert, Bowling Automotive, is proud to bring you Shack Baseball. Get ready to roll for the summer driving season at Bowling Auto in Sardinia. Keep them in mind when you need to get that car ready for the summer. And don't forget, we'll get inside the game with the Adams County Regional Medical Center. Coach's comments after our final lap, presented by ACRMC Family Medicine. And the pitch way outside for a ball. Applegate, not quite as much control as we're used to, but again, we are way early in the season. All these players just not quite in the, or I should say just getting into the ground, as a little ground ball up the middle for a base hit. And that'll put a runner on first base. With a single to center field, Jonah Michael reaches. That'll bring Christian Height to the plate. As we'll have a conversation on the mound. We'll be right back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Gotcha.
Just one. How did Isaiah make it out? Thank you.
Brandon?
Yes.
How do I start ads and stop? Well, never mind.
Do it.
Never mind, they're coming back.
The keyboard says start ads.
Yeah, but I...
Okay, are you ready, Don?
Sure.
All right, back to you in 3, 2, 1.
Now batting number 1, Height.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as standing in now with a runner again on first base, Christian Height. And Height walked, stole 2 bases, and scored the first run of the ball game. His team up now 2-0. An opportunity to play more add-on here. First pitch high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. On deck would be Carson Airy, the right fielder for the Whiteoak Wildcats. You can almost see these kids, both teams, growing and getting better every ball game, every time at bat. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Don't forget Baxla Tractor Sales in Seaman and Batavia, your local dealer for Kubota, Land Pride, Exmark, and more. They have everything you need for anything you're going to do outside. Pitch, fastball, strike 2. Height down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes now. But Baxla locations in 2-2, 2 balls and 2 strikes, I should say, evens it up. As Baxla available and called strike 3. Third out of the inning, but not before Whiteoak scores another run. They lead 2-0. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Snappy Tomato Pizza. The only thing better than pepperoni is more pepperoni, and Snappy's pepping up their game. Your favorite round pepperoni pizza just got an upgrade with even more of the bold, zesty flavor you crave on every single slice. For a limited time, grab a large, pepped-up pepperoni pizza for just $9.99. Hurry in or order online today and have a pep rally with pepped-up pepperoni. Snappy Delivery.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and have since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in you hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxla Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxla Tractor. Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxla Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxla Tractor.
This will play there by Flater as a ground ball hit there by Carson Inman to start things off for the Manchester. Quick 1 out recorded here. With that ground ball, the second baseman, that'll bring Braylon Rickett, the right fielder, to the plate. As a little ground ball to the second baseman again. Quick throw to first. 2 pitches, 2 outs. That'll make it work quick. Kyle, I thought you were going to go all the way to the outfield. You just made a trip downstairs.
Yeah, I just made it downstairs. Matt's out there working hard on the outfield camera.
Oh. Did Matt bring his horse, or is he on foot?
He is fleet of foot.
Fleet of foot. Now, there's a lot of ways I would describe Matt Hildebrand. I probably would not call him fleet of foot. That would not be one of the ways and that pitch catches the outside, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Don Bowles, I can hear you.
I better be careful, or Matt will take us off the air. And yes, folks, I'm picking on Matt. He can hear me, and Matt does a wonderful job. But I like picking on him. So foul off the right side. Count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Kenton Butt at the plate for the Manchester Greyhounds. They trail 2-0. We're in the bottom of the top of the 4th inning here at Whiteoak High School. And it's a little pop fly in right field. Airy is there. He'll make the catch. 3 up, 3 down as Isaiah Cliff pitches a clean inning. We move again to the top of the 5th this time. It'll be Manchester batting, trailing 2-0. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack baseball,
Wells is going to drive. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football,
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
to Shack volleyball,
Hatton for the kill. It's good.
local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union.
Tonight, Matt Carson behind the plate. Out on the field, Dan Croy, 2 of the better umpires in Southern Ohio, and I think doing an admirable job here tonight. As at the plate, Carson Airy, followed by Jacob Kiley and Jude Michael in that order for Whiteoak. Left-handed batter. Airy was a strikeout victim back at the 2nd inning, and the pitch misses inside, almost nicked him. No balls and 1 strike now. As swing and a miss. He chases one up a bit. No balls and 2 strikes now. As correction again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carson Airy 0 for 1 on the night. Leads things off here for Whiteoak as he fouls it back, and the count remains at 1-2. Jacob Kiley, the DH, on deck. Surprising how much we pay attention to that scoreboard, isn't it? Yes, it's nice to keep track of. Of course, I've got Kyle over here silently just chuckling while I blow every count. As a ground ball to the second baseman. Hildebrandt will play it. He throws it to Edmond. 1 down. Did you hear that, Kyle? TJ said, my helper's not any help.
Well, just here to learn. Silent.
Well, are you learning anything?
I am. Silent but deadly, they call me.
Have you ever seen a baseball game?
I thought we were coming to watch swimming.
Oh, swimming?
Yeah.
You heard about that new facility over here then, didn't you?
Yeah.
Jacob Kiley, probably the biggest guy in the game out there, right-hand batter. He's a pretty good-sized kid. Stands in as a right-handed batter. And first pitch is in. 1 ball, no strikes. He's also 0 for 1 the ball game. He went down swinging for the 2nd out in the 2nd inning, and he jumps on that one. It's a Grounder to the shortstop. Play to first, 2 down. Count that 6-3. The freshman Pollard made a nice clean pickup on that. Jude Michael makes the out.
Now batting, number 20, Jude Michael.
And
that was a shortstop Hayslip for Manchester.
Well, I thought we were putting some Whiteoak players in there. Yes, I'm looking at the wrong list, aren't I? As first pitch is in, strike 1 on Jude Michael.
Got yelled at. I had to fix it.
He woke up. He's been over here snoring's been his problem. And he offered to count it. No, I didn't think so. Okay, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down now. And that pickup was Parker Hayslip. By the way, it was Hayslip to Inman on the out. As the pitch misses out, ball 2. As the crowd again continues to grow a little bit. Nice little crowd here early season. People, I think, are still a little bit in the basketball mode. You know, not ready for this baseball. But, boy, we've got some great weather for it here tonight. And the pitch evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Doyle did a nice job framing that pitch, even though it got away from him a little bit. Get rolling before each game with the Magulac Tire Service starting lineups. Remember, Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs on the road or on the farm. And that pitch is down, and the count goes full, 3-2. Nobody on, 2 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Remember, in high school baseball, we only play 7 innings. But in high school baseball, I always remind everybody, much more volatile than the major leagues. As the pitch called strike 3, and the catcher runs him down to tag him. That'll be 3 up, 3 down. We move now to the top of the 5th. Manchester will bat, trailing 2-0. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Doyle and Hildebrand in that order, and that's Landon Doyle, by the way. As it's a fly ball to center, it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Quick throw to first, 1 down. That'll bring Landon Doyle to the plate.
Now batting, number 5, Doyle.
Stay with us after the final out as we step behind the mic with the Driving Authority to talk with our athletes. Thanks to the Driving Authority, your Southern Ohio Driver's Education School. And we don't want to talk about driving. I noticed all their trucks getting out and ready at their new office as the first pitch is in, called strike 1 on Doyle. Roberts Paving, their new office on 32, Roberts Paving in Hillsboro, for being one of our season sponsors. Roberts Paving, your premier paving contractor in Southern Ohio. Call strike 2, no balls and 2 strikes. On deck, the leadoff batter, Hildebrand. And swing and a miss, and he gets him on three pitches. That'll be the second out of the inning here in the fifth. Hildebrand comes to plate. He's 0 for 2. He had a fly ball to right field for the first out of the ball game. Went down swinging for the first out in the third inning. It's Isaiah Clift on the mound, Christian Height behind the plate, Jude Michael at first. That first pitch is strike one. Abraham Flater at second, Joda Michael at third, Lucas Pollard at shortstop. Gabe Michaels in left, Caden Butler in center, and Carson Airy in right. A little bunt down off the right side. Nice looking bunt by Hildebrand as Cliff plays it, turns, and makes a perfect throw for the third out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We move quickly now to the bottom of the fifth. Whiteoak Bats leading 2-0.
Summer's almost here and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 Whiteoak Road in Sardinia or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
At Southern Hills Community Bank, we take great pride in building strong relationships with our customers. We're dedicated to providing the best products and services to fit your needs, like checking and savings, home and auto loans, plus ATM and debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking with mobile deposit. Visit SouthernHillsCommunityBank.com or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations. We want to be your bank. Southern Hills Community Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Customer service with a difference.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peoples Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peoples Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peoples, and online at peoplesmonument.com. Choose Peoples Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Matt Carson, the umpire, behind the plate, giving our producer-director, Mr. Hildebrand, some instruction. I'm not sure what that's about. We'll have to check out with as that pitch is over the head of the batter. That batter is Caden Butler standing in.
Don, if I can, I keep telling him 5 seconds. He said, we got to move this along.
As ball 2. Matt Carson checking in for the media timeout between innings. And Matt Hildebrand correctly keeping him in line, I'm sure. As pitch is down, ball 3. And I'm picking on both of them, by the way, on that one. But Matt Carson, as I said, highly respected umpire in the league, does a nice job. He really does. Umpire is one of those jobs. There's so many, as a ball gets away from the catcher, but it'll be a walk. Doesn't matter as it goes down a 4-pitch walk, and they'll put Butler on first base with Abe Flater, the leadoff batter. But umpire, one of the most thankless jobs in sports, I think. You've got to make how many calls? Gosh, who knows? How many pitches? And there's no way everybody's going to be happy with you every single call. There you go. As TJ reminded me, that's a good comment, TJ. 50% of the time, 50% of the people hate you. Yeah, there you go. 100% of the time. 100% of the time, 50% of the people hate you. But, again, if you know much about high school sports, Matt's one of the good ones. As Flater at the plate, right-handed batter. Flater is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch, stole 2 bases, and scored the second. And they throw down to second base. And out at second is Butler. She's caught stealing. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Luke Applegate on the mound. He's the starting pitcher. Landon Doyle behind the plate. Carson Inman at first. Traven Hildebrand at second. Kenton Butt at third. Parker Hayslip at shortstop. Lucas Rigdon in left field. And the pitch is in for a ball. Clayton Colvin at center and Braylon Rickett at right. And I do not keep track of what I'm about to tell you, but because I don't have a number on it, but there have been very, very few balls that have left the infield in any form or fashion, as that's called strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Both of these pitchers doing a great job as high school pitchers here early in the season. I can only imagine how good these two teams are going to get by the end of the year. This is going to be some fun baseball. They will meet again, and I'll have to give you that date in a moment. Swing and a miss. Yes, they will meet again on May 7th at Manchester. May 7th at Manchester. No matter how this one turns out, it's a ground ball to the shortstop. The pitcher played that coming off the mound off the right side, and he throws it past the first baseman. And I'm going to count that as an infield single. That was a tough one. Applegate lands in front of the mound, has to move to his right and make a turning throw to first base. And safe at first is Isaiah Clift. Standing in now to bat the freshman Lucas Pollard. First pitch is in, ball 1. But we've had just a handful of balls to even leave the infield in any form or fashion. We've had a couple thrown out, but we've had, one fly ball to right field, I think, that I remember. And beyond that, these pitchers have kept the batters off the bases, or out of the outfield anyway. Pitcher pitches on the outside for a ball, and the runner will advance uncontested. Clift gets credit for a stolen base. That'll put, again, the third run in scoring possession at second. As, again, Applegate taking his time. 2 down, runner on second, and the pitch misses in for a ball. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. I must mention, by the way, the crowd not very noisy. Usually a little more noise than we've had tonight. They must be frozen. Their hands are frozen, right? And that was called strike. Got away from the catcher, but the runner will stay. 2 balls and a strike now. Is now the pitch again, and misses down for a ball. That'll put runners on first and second as Pollard draws the walk. Jonah Michael will stand in, third baseman. He's 1 for 2. He was a strikeout victim the first, had a single to center field and reached but was stranded in the third. So now with runners on first and second, his team up 2-0. The left-handed batter will stand in to face, again, the right-hand pitching Applegate, and the pitch is down for a ball 1. Everybody's slowed down just a bit here. You can tell from it getting really quiet. And that pitch is called strike 1. Before and after the game, or even during the game, anytime is a good time for a Snappy Tomato Pizza. Order online at snappytomato.com or download the Snappy's app for great deals. The pitch again, it's a ground ball foul down the third baseline. That'll take the count to 1-2 strikes. And remember, join Good Guys Radio TV for the annual Shack Track Meet. That's Tuesday, May 12th. All 10 Shack schools. They'll come together, compete at Manchester High School. Boy, what a fun event that is. You get to see all the runners. We've got some state champions that'll be running in the Shack. And track, we don't talk a lot about it. Well, I shouldn't say that. We don't talk enough about it. But some state champion runners that'll be running in that track meet. You want to see some really good, high-quality track competition. Make it to Manchester May 12th. If you can't, check it out on Good Guys Radio TV. Pitch gets past the catcher over his head, and both runners will advance. That'll be another wild pitch. That'll put Clift at third, Pollard at second. As they move over on a wild pitch. And the count even now, 2-2 strikes. And he strikes him out as Applegate works himself out of a jam. They strand two. We'll be back. We move now to the top of the sixth inning. Manchester bats. Right after this, the game scored 2-0 Whiteoak here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Maggulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Maggulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Maggulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Maggulac commitment every single day. Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAM must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by CANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sixth inning as Manchester will bat trailing 2-0. Once again, we'll be back on the air on Thursday and Friday night for baseball. Hope you enjoy listening to it here on C103 and watching it on Good Guys. We certainly enjoy bringing it to you. It'll be Whiteoak at Eastern on C103 on Thursday night, and then Peebles at Fayetteville on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV on Friday night. And first pitch is in, called ball one on Luke Applegate. Applegate has walked twice. Both times he was stranded, once on second, once on third. Right-handed batter, swing and a miss as Clift blew one right past him. That was a fastball. One ball, one strike, the count now. And there's a fly ball to center field. Going back, it's over the center fielder's head. And that hopped the fence, I guess is what it did. Caden Butler threw up his arm. It hopped the fence. That'll be a ground rule double. I had to wait. I wasn't sure if it, at first I thought, because again, we have the sun right in our face. At first I thought it might have been a home run, but it didn't look hard enough to do that. So instead, Applegate will be at second with a double to center field. That was a well-hit ball. That's the best hit ball that's been hit here today by either team. Standing in now is Colvin. Pitch is called strike one. Colvin's 0 for 1 with a walk. He walked and was stranded in the first, had a little fly ball in the infield of the catcher. And for the second out, third inning. The count goes 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Parker Hayslip on deck for the Manchester Greyhounds. Pitch outside in the dirt. Well, I guess it's not the dirt, in the carpet. Was that what you'd call that? If you haven't seen it, you need to come by Whiteoak and check out their turf field. It is gorgeous. Brand new. That looked pretty good in my house. Maybe I ought to take a piece of that home. Looked good in the living room. Wonder what Chris Veit would say if I caught me out there. It's a ground ball to the first baseman. He has to knock it down. Does a nice job on recovering. Jude Michael kept that in front of him. You talk to kids about keeping the ball in front of him. He took that right off the chest, dropped it, picked it up, dove, and hit first base for the first out.
Now batting number 9, Hayslip.
And on the play, Applegate will move over to third, excuse me. As Hayslip stands in, pitch outside, ball 1. Hayslip the tying run at the plate now. Whiteoak leading 2-0 here in the 6th inning. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. Hayslip 0 for 2. Twice he's been a strikeout victim for Clift. Before the game, it's Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch at Edward Jones Investments. Listen in early and let Ron help you plan early for your future. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Okay, yes, I even had it right that time and read it wrong. Pitch is outside now. It'll go even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carson Inman on deck. As again, Clift, the left-handed pitcher, delivers and a swing and a miss. May have tipped it, but nonetheless, catcher kept it for first strikeout of the inning, second out of the inning. That's the 8th strikeout of the game recorded by Clift. That'll bring Carson Inman, the first baseman, to the plate. Carson is 0 for 2. Twice he has ground out, and that pitch is called strike 1. Once to the first baseman and once to the second baseman. The left-handed batter came in here batting .250. Runner on third base, and a pitch misses inside, ball 1. He has 3 RBIs on the season. He has a chance here to increase that number. 1-1. Clift working very quickly. Called strike 2. Catches just the outside edge. Clift is doing a very nice job working the bottom end of that strike zone. In and out is swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. We move now to the bottom of the 6th. Whiteoak will bat leading 2-0. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance in Georgetown at 937-378-4124, in Owensville at 513-732-2600, in West Union at 937-544-5505, or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Maysville Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at maysville.kctcs.edu.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Snappy tomato pizza.
The only thing better than pepperoni.
There's the pitch. Yes, Christian Height at the plate, I should say. And what was that one, Kyle? I glanced away working on my stats.
That was ball 2.
All right, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-1, 2 balls and a strike. Just what I said, right? There you go. It's a foul ball outside the right side. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Even I can do that one. Height walked once, struck out once. He walked, moved over and stole 2 bases and scored on an error in the second inning. As the ball behind his back, that'll run the count full at 3-2. But that was the first run scored by Whiteoak. The second run was scored in the 3rd inning on a single, a hit batter, and an error with 2 stolen bases. So some great base running, some good hustle on the part of Whiteoak as that pitch misses outside. That should be ball 4, and it is.
Now batting number 16.
What do you know? I got one right. How you like the field, Kyle?
It's pretty. It's pretty bright when the sun shines on it. Kind of hard to see the players.
Isn't this sun fun right in your face? Bet you're glad you wore those sunglasses. Wish you had a hat, don't you?
That'd be helpful.
They throw over to first base, the runner's back. We forgot to mention that to you. Carson Airy, the right fielder, stands in. He's 0 for 2. He as they hit the batter, and now we'll have runners at first and second. Hit by a pitch is Airy. That'll put runners at first and second. That'll bring Jacob Kiley, the DH, to the plate, as Lyndon Doyle goes out to have a conversation with his pitcher, Applegate. Whiteoak does a really good job of guarding and protecting the plate, and they really, really hug the plate. And unless you've really got a great pitch on the inside, and if it slides a little bit on you, you're going to nail a batter and you're going to have a base runner. And that was the case that time. As Trey Mead's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. We'll be right back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Snappy tomato pizza.
The only thing better than pepperoni is more pepperoni, and Snappy's pepping up their game. Your favorite round pepperoni pizza just got an upgrade with even more of the bold, zesty flavor you crave on every single slice. For a limited time, grab a large pepped up pepperoni pizza for just $9.99. Hurry in or order online today and have a pep rally with pepped up pepperoni.
Snappy delivery.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and have since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in you hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxler Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxler Tractor.
again, looks at the runner and the pitch, and it's a foul ball down the first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Jacob, one of the upperclassmen on the team. As I said earlier, no seniors on this ball club. Kiley stands in, the right-handed batter, looks back again. Applegate looks back again at the runner, and swing and a miss, a little underwater swing. And a nice job on the part of the runner, Christian Height. He slid underneath a tag because that ball was there in time, I do believe. Just a little bit high, but was not able to get the tag down. And the double steal is executed very well. And that'll put runners at second and third now as Kiley strikes out for the first out of the inning. That'll bring Jude Michael to the plate. Now, Jude walked once and struck out once. And now there's runners on second and third with 1 down. Jude, the number 8 batter. He'll be followed by Caden Butler. The pitch again, and misses. Down and in, ball 1. As again, Applegate takes a look and called strike 1. Get rolling before each game with Maggulac Tire Service starting lineups. Remember, Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs on the road or on the farm. And that pitch is called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Also remember that stay with us after the final out as we step behind the mic with the driving authority to talk with our athletes. Thanks to the driving authority, your Southern Ohio Drivers Education School. Swing and a miss. So Applegate worked to work himself out of the inning. That's a second out as he strikes out 2. Runners remain at second and third. Caden Butler, the second baseman, stands in. Caden, a right-handed batter. On deck would be Abe Flater. And pitch misses inside. Ball 1. Caden, a junior as well. Guards the plate, pulls in, and pitch. He thought about it. Christian Height thought about coming, and at first Butler thought about waving him in. Then he said, nope, don't do that. Yes. That comes back to that Whiteoak, and there's not very much room here. And if you get a good bounce, you're going to have an easy play off of that backside. 2 balls and no strikes now. 2 and 1, excuse me. Applegate again with the baseball. Runners on second and third, and it's foul back, and the count remains. The count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Abe Flater, the leadoff batter. And you can bet Applegate does not want to go there. He wants to get this third out here. So the first 2 batters reached, one with a walk and one with a hit by a pitch. They've moved over now to second and third. And a swing and a miss, and Applegate works himself out of a jam. We move now to the top of the 7th. Manchester trailing 2-0. They'll bat right after this here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Nothing. Braylon Ricketts steps in, takes ball 1 and swings through strike 1. Starting pitcher Isaiah Clift on the mound. Both of these pitchers have done very well here tonight as that's a foul ball out of play, and count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Braylon Rickett, Kenton Butt, and James Hackathorn in that order. 6, 7, 8 batters. Clift has struck out 9, walked 3, given up only 2 hits. They've stranded 5. And it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Pollard will play it. Quick throw to first. 1 down. Well, I'll tell you what, he's a nice freshman shortstop now. Wow. But it's fun to watch these young players because, you know, we're going to get to see them for the next 3 or 4 years, and they will get better on every game. Kenton Butt, well, the sophomore stands in. Kenton swings and foul, tips it back for strike 1. He's 1 for 2 with a single to center field and was stranded in the second. He's the one that had that fly out, the only hard hit ball by coming into that last inning. And that pitch is no balls and 2 strikes. And Hackathorn on deck as the pitch misses out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. When you can have a high school baseball game that ends at 2-0, you got it nice, as it's a high fly ball to center field. Butler is there. He steps back a couple of steps, settles in, and makes the catch. 2 down. That'll bring, don't forget, after the ball game, we'll go behind the mic. We'll talk to one of the winning players, one of the winning team's players. We'll also talk to the winning coach. And don't forget to stay tuned after the game for Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game and our ACRMC Coaches Comment Show. First pitch in to Hackathorn, strike 1. Hackathorn 0 for 2, once again a strikeout victim. And that one misses. Must have been down a little bit and blocked by the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fairly quick game. Both pitchers moving very quickly. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, kind of a quiet crowd. I guess they are cold. I guess they're frozen down there. And it's a little fly ball. If it's fair, it is not. I was going to say if it was fair, it was going to be trouble. Just outside the first base line, down in the bullpen there. For a long nothing, as it's already 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, we'll be back on the air from Eastern High School on Thursday night. Make sure you join us for that. This very same Whiteoak team will visit Eastern. The pitch again by Clift, and it's fouled again down the first base line. And again, the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once again, we want to thank Matt Hildebrand as our producer-director of tonight's ball game, and, of course, our studio producer, Mr. Brandon Rigdon. And I want to thank as called strike 3, third out of the inning, and that's the ball game. As the Whiteoak Wildcats win the ball game 2-0, as they improve their record to 2-6. Manchester drops to 1-2. We will have our ACRMC coaches comment show, as well as our Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game, and Behind the Mic yet to come here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Summer's almost here, and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 Whiteoak Road in Sardinia, or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
At Southern Hills Community Bank, we take great pride in building strong relationships with our customers. We're dedicated to providing the best products and services to fit your needs, like checking and savings, home and auto loans, plus ATM and debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking with mobile deposit. Visit southernhillscommunitybank.com or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations. We want to be your bank. Southern Hills Community Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Customer service with a difference.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peoples Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peoples Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peoples, and online at peoplesmonument.com. Choose Peoples Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
See Coach's Comment Show and also Behind the Mic. We'll take another quick break. We'll be back with that right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Magulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Magulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Magulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Magulac commitment every single day. Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today.
Feel good this game, guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was a big game for us. It's a game we felt like in the division at home that we had to have. We look at these games a lot as being a game and a half versus just one game. So.
Well, and Manchester, expected to be one of the best teams in the division, much less one of the best teams in the Southeast District. And your team continues to manufacture runs, don't they?
They do, and we did it Wildcat style tonight. We saw a really good arm, one of the best in the district, no doubt. We put some pressure on there, first and third, and had some really good speed at third in Christian Height. He made a good read. He's an aggressive base runner. Any run against Applegate's a big run. And then Lucas Pollard with the suicide squeeze. And, I mean, you talk about speed. We had Abe Flater at third base and speed kills. And Lucas, what a great job. I mean, textbook.
Absolutely. Well, and let's face it, the elephant in the room, I know, let's face it, you're struggling at the plate. You have early here in the season. But your kids defensively, base running in every other area, they do not, you got 4 freshmen. They're not playing like freshmen. I mean, you're playing great defense, errorless baseball, and I mean, that's making the difference, isn't it?
It is making the difference, and you had a really good practice last night. Like you said, we're starting 4 freshmen, but Ken asked me about that the last time he was here, and I said, well, we feel like they're freshmen, but they're talented, and they're talented enough to win. And you want to talk about a difference maker. The difference maker is right here to my left. You can talk about a good arm. There's a good arm as well.
There you go.
He's done it twice, back-to-back in big league matchups. So.
Well, and the pace was good tonight. The rhythm was right. It just felt like a good baseball game, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Isaiah had good stuff, and quite frankly, I mean, you were behind home plate. I mean, he threw breaking balls when he needed to, threw that one there to end it.
Right.
But his velocity this year has been up, and he relied on his fastball pretty heavily today against a pretty good hitting team. So.
All right. What do you need to do? You come back on Tuesday against an Eastern ball club. They're always a tough ball club. Obviously, you need to work on some of your offense. But your team's pretty well set for early in the season, aren't they?
Yeah, we feel good about things. And honestly, we had a really good offensive practice, I felt like, last night. But good pitching, as you saw tonight, both directions, can beat good hitting. And we're just continue to get better offensively and continue to work on the defense and play Wildcat baseball. It's one pitch at a time.
Yeah. Well, you don't find the kind of defense you played tonight in high school normally. The way your kids played defense tonight, ran the bases, I mean, that's special stuff tonight. And that'll win ball games. Chris, congratulations. Why don't I talk to that guy standing beside you now?
You need to talk to this guy, absolutely.
See if he's got anything to say about this ball game.
Just try to get something more out of him than yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we'll see if I can't do that.
It's echoing really bad. So
yeah. There you go. As you folks listening on C103, joining me, Isaiah Clift on Behind the Mic, as our presented by the Driving Authority, your Southern Ohio Drivers Education School. Isaiah, how you feeling tonight?
Pretty good.
Okay, well, I got 2 words out of you. Tell me about your plan. What was your game plan for tonight? You're facing a guy you know really well. You know Luke Applegate. You've played with a lot of these kids. How many of these kids have you actually played with?
4 or 5 of them.
Which ones did you play with? I know you played with Hayslip. You played with Hildebrand. Who else?
Enman and Colvin.
Yeah. And does that help a lot when you're facing them, having played with them?
Not really. It's just I get along with them a little well.
Well, what I mean, do you know more about their batting style, what to throw to them, in, out, up, down, whatever?
Not really.
Okay. Tell me about your game plan tonight. What was your game plan coming in here tonight?
Just attack them, get ahead early.
Okay. Did you what was working best for you tonight?
Definitely my fastball.
Fastball. I like the way you were locating it. Was and often I know pitchers you talk about, oh wow, I threw a strike, but it wasn't, you were aiming inside and it went outside. I thought you were hitting your spots where you wanted to tonight, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Now, when we talk about doing that, did you have the same kind of describe to me how you get to that? How close, what do you work on to get to there?
I just start my ball early because I have a lot of movement, but I just try and start early so it gets to the spot I want it to.
All right. Now, when we talk about velocity, were you pretty pleased with your velocity tonight?
Yes, sir.
Now, what are we talking about for your fastball?
77 to 80.
Yeah. I thought it looked awfully good. And Coach mentioned your curveball. It's gotten a lot better this year, hasn't it?
Yes, sir. We really worked on it this year.
Well, and you're using a little bit of change of speed, and that's making a difference. What did you rely on most tonight after your fastball?
Definitely my curveball.
Yeah, now is that traditionally, was it as good as it usually is or better?
It was better today.
Okay. Now, you won't pitch again for what, 4 games, 4 days I guess it is, something like that. How's your arm feel?
Feels great right now.
How many pitches did you pitch, do you know?
I got no clue.
Yeah, do you could you have gone on and pitched more if you needed to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Isaiah, congratulations. We certainly enjoyed watching you play tonight. And it's going to be a fun season, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you. All right?
Thank you.
Isaiah Cliff joins us here behind the mic as we now move to continue with our post-game show here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV presented by CMT Components.
Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAP must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by TANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS. Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance. In Georgetown at 937-378-4124. In Owensville at 513-732-2600. In West Union at 937-544-5505. Or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
No one college can be all things to all people. But Maysville Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt affordable. Flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at maysville.kctcs.edu.
Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Now time to take a look at the individual team stats for both the ball clubs. The final score 2-0 as the Whiteoak Wildcats come away the winner here against a very good Manchester Greyhounds team. The winning pitcher was Isaiah Cliff. The losing pitcher was Luke Applegate. Luke struck out, even in a losing effort, struck out 12. What a number that is. He walked 4, gave up 2 hits. They stranded 9. He hit 3 batters. There were 2 errors. And that one I'm probably a little slim on. I think there were probably more errors than that. They stranded 7, and they gave up 2 runs, both of those runs unearned. Winning pitcher, Isaiah Cliff. Isaiah struck out 9, walked 3, gave up 2 hits. There were no errors. They stranded 5 as he pitches out his second one of the season. Let's take a look at the Manchester Greyhounds. Traven Hildebrandt was 0 for 3 in the ballgame. Luke Applegate was 1 for 3. He walked twice. Walked and was stranded in the first inning. Walked, moved over a wild pitch, was stranded in the third. Hit a double to center field, was stranded in the sixth. Clayton Colvin was 0 for 2 with a walk. He walked and was stranded in the first. Parker Hayslip was 0 for 3. Carson Inman was 0 for 3. Braylon Rickett was 0 for 3. Kenton Bunt was 1 for 3 with a single to center field and stranded in the second inning. James Hackathorn was 0 for 3. And Landon Doyle was 0 for 2. Now, for the Whiteoak Wildcats, it was Abe Flater was 0 for 2, but hit by a pitch. He stole 2 bases and scored the first run of the ball game in the third inning. Isaiah Clift was 1 for 3. He was hit by a pitch, moved over an error, was stranded in the first, but in the fifth, hit a single, moved on a wild pitch, and that was an infield single, by the way, to the pitcher. Moved over on a wild pitch, stole a base, and was stranded in the 5th. Lucas Pollard, what a nice defensive game he had, but he also was 0 for 2 in the ball game, but moved over on a wild pitch and was stranded in the 5th. Jonah Michael was 1 for 3, had a single to center field and was stranded in the 3rd. Christian Height was 0 for 1 with 2 walks. He walked, stole 2 bases, scored on an error again for the first run of the ball game, and walked, stole a base, and was stranded in the 6th. Carson Airy was 0 for 2 and hit by a pitch. He was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and was stranded in the 6th inning. Jacob Kiley was 0 for 3. Jude Michael was 0 for 2 with a walk. He walked and was stranded in the 2nd. And Caden Butler was reached in the 5th, stole a base, but was caught stealing in the 5th inning, as he was 0 for 1 in the ball game, or 0 for 2, in the ball game. Final score again, 2-0. And Kyle, it's now time to name our Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game. It's hard to believe that I'm standing here and we're not going to name a pitcher that struck out 12 batters and gave up only 2 hits, the player of the game.
Absolutely. It was an outstanding pitching performance by Mr. Isaiah Clift. He was in total command, like he's mentioned, got ahead of him the whole time, all the batters, and kept them on their toes with just a few breaking balls, but that fastball was electric today.
Yeah, well, and Luke Applegate, as I said, on the other side. It's astonishing we don't name him, but it is going to be Isaiah Clift again as he strikes out 11. Check that, as he strikes out 10, walks only 3, gives up 2 hits, and Isaiah proves you don't have to have sizzling speed. Upper 70s, low 80s, good number, but it's locating the pitch, and boy, that curveball was a nice closer. And on that note, folks, Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game, Isaiah Clift. Again, the final score, 2-0. Whiteoak defeats Manchester as Manchester drops to 1-2 and 0-1 in league play. Whiteoak, on the other hand, improves the record to 2-6 and 2-0 in league play, or 2-1, in league play. And special thanks again to Brandon Rigdon and Matt Hildebrand and Kyle Berry. I'm Don Bowles, wishing you a pleasant good evening here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Thank you for tuning in. Rewatch this video and many more on demand at goodguysradiotv.com.